Hey, I'm Jon Thelen. Today on Fish Ed, we're going to talk about transition walleyes. And you know, there's a certain point of the year, right after the spawn, when these fish finish up on the shorelines, they get done eating in there and they start moving, that they get a little tough to catch. And sometimes that can last a few days, sometimes it can last 10 days. And the reality is, it's because they're in transition, they're on the move, they're headed for that next spot. And a lot of times they're just hard to intercept, they're hard to find. That's what we're going to talk about today, is how to find these fish and what paths they take to that first set of structures offshore, because there is a rhyme and reason to it. And if you can get it dialed in, you can catch fish right through this period when most guys aren't. Stay right where you're at. Fish Ed's coming up. There's a fish right there. I saw this fish on the graph. This guy, he was laying belly on the bottom, just the way they do when they're on the transition, when they're on the move. He was laying flat down on the bottom. And I saw him and just assumed he was gonna bite. I mean, he just looked that good. He's set up exactly the way you want him to be. He's in the right spot as far as being on this transition. See if we can find him here. There he is. Got him. But this fish is set up exactly the way you want to see him. There's another one on the screen right now. We're gonna drop a waypoint right here because I'm gonna tell you there is a good bunch of them here. What these fish are doing is moving. These fish spawned back behind me. I'm gonna show you here as soon as I get this fish up. It's a nice eye to start. Come here, buddy. Oh yeah, look at that. Exactly what we're chasing today, right there. But these fish, they spawn back in there. There's sand back in there. There's gravel in there. It's hard bottom. That's where they spawned. And this is a male walleye that finally is pulling out of there, okay? Game's over. The spawn's done. And this fish is on the move, and he's now leaving. Oh, look at that, popped out really easy. Starting to think it was going to be tough to get it out of there, but it's a perfect eater size walleye. We'll get him back in the water. But here's the thing, that fish right there, he wasn't really eating. He's moving and he's along a transition. Here's the thing, when fish pull out, when they decide it's time to go and leave those spawning grounds, there's tons of water, okay? So they could just swim aimlessly and head out, but here's what they actually do. They follow routes that they think there's gonna be food along. They're sliding out these points, and they'll take that route and they'll follow this out, and they'll keep going until they're deeper and deeper and deeper. They'll end up way out here on the end of this point, and then they'll make that move to deep water when it's finally time to do it, when the water temps say it's time to do it, when the minnows leave this area. So what's happening is these fish, they'll actually follow that route. Now, there's even more that goes into it, and we'll keep talking about it as the day goes on, but that's the number one thing, is find areas where they spawn that also have an exit route, which would be, you know, a point coming out or something they can follow. And then you get on those areas and you're gonna be able to catch fish. It's a great start right there. Let's get another minnow on, get another one. What do I got going on here? That ain't a fish. Huh. This is the strangest thing. I don't know what I got here. I don't know if I've got a big walleye or if I've hooked into a pike or a muskie. I don't know. There was just no fight here. I got a giant walleye. This is a giant walleye. Holy smokes. I literally kind of gave up on this thinking I was snagged. I got a huge walleye. Holy smokes. Look at this. Wait till you see this fish. I thought sure that I was just snagged, and I gave up on this thing, and I just started kind of pulling. Wow, this is a big fish. Wait till you see this walleye. Look at this fish. Holy smokes. That just goes to show you that all of these fish use this root out of here. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Untangle, oh, he actually came unhooked right in the net. Look at that fish. That's a big spawned out female using the same root that all these males are using out here. What an awesome walleye. Boy, did this fish fool me. I mean, there was just very little fight in this fish. It was just dead weight. And I was starting to think, man, I picked up a board or something off a fish house, or, you know, I was moving it. But, you know, holy moly, look at that fish. What an awesome big walleye. Let's get this fish back in the water. That's great. Come on, big girl. There she goes. Straight back down to the bottom. Let me explain a little bit more about the spot. What I'm doing is I'm actually fishing the edge, and I'm fishing the edge for two reasons. One, it's fishable, okay? I can fish a Lindy Rig, go straight up the edge. But here's the thing. Right here where I'm at, this 16, 17, 18 feet, it changes from that rock to a softer bottom, and that's a transition line. And you hear about transition line walleyes, that's what they are. They're staying right on that edge. They could go right up there and they got hard bottom. Right over here, they got soft bottom. And they're gonna follow that thing right out of here. There's fish along this whole thing. I've graphed them all the way through that first pass and now this second pass and caught a fish on each one and missed a couple. So ultimately, when it comes down to it, if you can find those spots, now you've got the kind of the spot on the spot, okay? It's just a nice long trolling run and you get the opportunity to catch these fish. And these are fish that are moving. There's one right there. I'm not gonna give this one as long. A couple of them I gave maybe a little too long. Got him. Yeah, that might be the key. Getting after him a little faster. I mean, here's what I've done. I went through here and I ran the sonar this morning. I took a look at it and I graphed a few fish. I see them down on the bottom. I mean, they're there. And then it's kind of a case of just some added patience and just working along that edge. And if you can do that, 99% of the time, you're gonna be able to get fish caught. You know what, this guy got all the way over on me. We're gonna go over here and make sure we don't lose him. Instead of bringing him where I wanted to bring him, we're gonna let him make that decision because he's a pretty good one. Another female leaving the spawning ground. Oh yeah, they're just so full of energy too at this time of the year when you get them. When they get wound up like this, another great fish. Look at this one. Got her. Look at that. That one's a big fish. Man, I'll tell you, this is some of the funnest fishing that I do all year long. Look at that walleye. What an awesome fish. Another big female leaving. Let's get her unhooked and let me show you what I'm using. Pretty simple deal. I just want to get this fish back in the water here as quick as we can. I'm going to have to get my pliers out. I was able to unhook those first two this morning without an issue, so I didn't even have the tools out. Let's see here. There we go. Get this fish unhooked and we'll get her out of here. Look at that, simple as that. Awesome fish. Awesome fish, headed down a highway, headed out of the spawning ground. Let's get rid of this fish and then let me show you what I'm using. Let's get this fish back in the water. There she goes. Man, that's just awesome too. And at this time of the year, one of my favorite things is you have no problem getting a fish to go back in this cold water. And I like that. I like when you can just release fish and know that they're going to be good. But here's what I'm using. Real simple deal. Just a 1/4 ounce sinker. I'm going light today because I want to be back away from the boat again. Like I was saying, I'm in pretty shallow water. I'm in clear water and I got high skies. And then it's real easy. This is the 50th Anniversary Lindy Rig. This Lindy Rig comes in a whole bunch of different configurations. You can get it in a 2-hook harness. You can get it in single hook in size 6, size 4. Then you can also get it in a minnow and a big minnow version. Today I want that minnow to be up and swimming around. And here's why I need him to do that. I need him to do that because there's zebra mussels all over where I'm at. I don't want him to get down, so I'm using a little bit lighter hook. I'm using the size 4. Then they come in 4 different colors. You can get these things in red, you can get them in glow, you can get them in pink, and you can get them in chartreuse. Look around these fish a little bit. It's one of the things you want to understand about this too, is a lot of times these fish will travel in packs, and there was 4 or 5 fish right there, and if I graphed 4 or 5, there might have been 7 or 8 wandering through there. There, one of them hit it right there. So get them while you get the opportunity when you see them like that. Let's see if we can get this guy. Got him. And that was just a case of, I saw those fish, and I mean, I was that confident that I was going to get one of them to bite. But again, it's just working your way along that transition, being in the right place, being in the place where they're traveling. If you're in that place, most of the time, these fish are willing to bite, even though they're moving. There's another one on the screen right now. There's a good little bunch of fish right here. We'll put this one in first before we worry about the next ones. This one feels like a pretty doggone good one. These fish are all going to be on that same route, and you're just going to keep working back and forth on that route. Because you know, one thing I'll tell you about a walleye is they're absolutely an opportunistic fish. Another great female fish. Look at that. What a great way to wrap up the day. It's another big one. Man, this is awesome. This has been a really fun day of fishing. This is really a simple deal though too. You know, it's really one of those things where if you just get focused on understanding what they're going to do when it's time to travel, and that's all we've done today is we've just worked that. We've worked what they do when it's time to travel out of those spawning grounds and find a place to hold up. Look at that, left me a shiner minnow. Fish like that one right there, that's a spawned out female. They're all just rolling here, and it's just going to keep loading up. We're going to wrap it up with that fish, but what an awesome day. Get out, do this tactic, do this presentation, work these locations when you're in those, you know, high 40s and those fish start their move, and you'll catch the same walleyes that we're catching today. That's just awesome. There she goes.